Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Gone Rogue. And in this episode of Gone Rogue, I am going to talk about caring of what you put out. That is right, in this episode of Gone Rogue, I'm going to talk about why you should care on what you put out. So what is making me talk about this thing on how to care about what you put out is because sometimes in our head we never think of what it is. We just do things just to do things and have no thought what is the effect of doing things just to do things. The reason why we should care on how we should put out, care about what we put out, whether it's a project or a passion project, maybe not a passion project, but a project in general, or any project that you can think of. And if you just do things because you just do it, it really isn't it. And because the reason why we should care on what we put out, because it is, at the end of the day, is more of a reflection of yourself and your work ethic and the identity of who you are. So it is the reason why you should care of what you put out. A perfect example that I can think of is our car manufacturers. That is right, car manufacturers. Let's use Toyota, for example. And as much I love Hondas, Nissans, but not Toyotas. Toyota is a perfect example of how they care of what they put out when it comes to producing and making cars. Toyota is known for reliability, and it doesn't just take one night to build a car that has the most reliable engine in their cars, but it just shows how they are able to build that reputation and the identity of what type of car manufacturer they are. Another car manufacturer that has a reputation that has bad quality, for example, let's just say Hyundai Kia used to be one of those cheap car manufacturers that wasn't known for anything, but now they are on top of the car market. And if you look at their product lineup, if you look at their cars, they have built that reputation. Not as good as Honda, but they came a long way of building that reputation that they are a legit car manufacturer that can be reliable. And it just doesn't take overnight. The reputation that they've built doesn't take overnight. It takes years. It takes lots of times. And going back to using car manufacturers as an example, but going back to what I'm saying is that you have to care about things when you put out stuff. Sometimes we get caught up doing things without any purpose, or just to do things to beat a deadline, something like that. We need more thought into the process of how how things are processed from point A to point B. And you can't cheat on yourself. You can't take shortcuts, because that says of who you are. And going back to this example, when you do things, if it's a passion project, but any type of project, for example, that project is a reflection of yourself, and that is the reason why you should care a lot of what you put out there. And this ties back. Let me use another example, and this is in terms of sports. If you're a long-time subscriber here, and if you're a long-time subscriber, you know that I follow basketball, and my favorite player is Kobe Bryant, and he cares about what he puts out in terms of his craft, in terms of his project, in terms of what he does on and off the basketball court. And that's why there are many players in today's league admire, respect, look up to Kobe Bryant, because he cares of what he puts out there. And it's all about trying to leave a legacy, and that legacy is the identity of who he really was, a hard, ambitious worker that cares everything to the smallest detail, and that's all it matters, and that's who he is, what we know about Kobe Bryant. And pretty much that is all I want to say. It's all about trying to care about what you put out there, because sometimes we get caught up with things. Sometimes we're busy and we don't look at the small, finer details, whether you're working on a project or something, or a video. And we need to aspire to be like putting care, thoughtfulness in what we do every day. And so that's pretty much about it. That's all I want to say for this episode of Gone Rogue. Hopefully you find this episode a thoughtful one. Just a random idea that I wanted to express here on this episode of Gone Rogue. And so that's all I really want to say. Let's share your thoughts of what you do and how much thought you put in there. And so that's all I want to say for this episode of Gone Rogue. If you like this video, please give this video a super huge thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below on what you think about what I said. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content that is on this channel. And thank you for watching Gone Rogue. And I will definitely see you on the next one.